Hey everyone. I'm gonna make this rather a real short one this week. This tonight's exciting reading adventures. Not having having a real bastard of a time with phone storage lately, and um, I figured, I don't want to even open these ones. I'm going to show you anyway to go through and read the synopsis, or whatever, and play around with them. These are way too expensive books, and I bought all these books from Brad Sloan, my favorite dealer locally, and I thought I took out a loan from my 401k to buy these books from him, and I also bought others too. It was not just Brad's books. I bought I bought a bunch of other books down there too, which I haven't got to reading yet. Around to reading and evaluating and whatever. Um, but I do have them added in my hip comic collection now. So last Monday, I was really happy to be reunited with my Amazing Spider-Man 101. I had this book when I was a kid. Not a kid, but I had what maybe was a teenager. I bought it from somewhere, um, relatively cheap, probably like $10 or so. Now I spent a whopping $500 on this one. But look what it's worth. It's worth 566 this copy. So I've made bank on it so far, $66 on and it's a classic book, man. The big thing back when even when I was growing up, Parsippany, New Jersey, the Punisher was big. Even when I was in like uh, high school, grade school, middle school, whatever. The even prices of the that Amazing Spider-Man 129 were going up. Maybe it was like I remember $40 or $50 at the time. When I moved out to Jersey, the book went up to $400. And I asked my mom to called my mom out in New Jersey when I was living in San Diego, and I found that the prices were going up on that book. And she said she looked for it, and she said, "Oh, you're not gonna believe this, but someone came in. Someone stole a bunch of your comic books, and I wanted that Punisher 129 because and I never heard of it. I never had a book that went to that high up before, $400. And now it's like what, $4,000? Maybe $4,000 or such. But this was a book I was pissed off that I lost too in that raid of my basement, my mom's basement, and I'm glad to be reunited with it. Very beautiful copy. I have it graded as a 7.5, and let me get it clear. The light sucks. I'm sorry, but the light really sucks here. But anyway, that's a beautiful book. I love it. It's my favorite. It should be number two in my collection. Um, so that's that. Monday, um, Tuesday. The read was another excellent title, and this is and that. Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm calling this segment the Marvel Heavy Hitters Club, but this because these are books that I bought from Brad. They are over $100 or so. This is a classic. I would say Fantastic Four. This is the second Hawk and Thing meetup. Apparently, according to the notes I read in synopsis in this book, they said that this is technically the third fight because the second fight took place in Fantastic Four, Marvel's Greatest Comics issue, some book that came out in 2006 or 2007. Now I hate when Marvel did this crap. They did, and a perfect example is they had John Byrne in the late 2000s do a comic book of the untold tales of Spider-Man, and they're supposed to be like tweaking the history here and there, of Spidey's battles. Maybe you probably didn't know the Beetle fought the Beetle a second time, during his early career. So they were saying that even after the original first battle in Fantastic Four 25 and 26, when the Hulk first meet up, that there was a secret battle that had occurred between the two, and it was untold, and yeah, screw that noise. This is the second fight between the Incredible Hulk and the Hulk Benjamin J. Grimm does the Thing, and it's a beaut of a book. It's really well. I mean, this also cover is reminiscent of Submariner, uh, number 8, where where Submariner is also fighting the Thing, and it's done in this similar pose with a background and stuff. There's it's also this issue is also the prologue to the Overmind 4-parter that began in issue 113. Supposedly, well, I'm not going to blow the story. It doesn't end very well for Aunt Petunia's favorite nephew. So that was a book that I spent. How did I say? I can't see it. I can't see it. $245 I spent on this one, and what have I got on here for? Oh, it's 227.13. So am I making bank on it? No, I'm kind of losing money on that one, but it's a beautiful book nonetheless, and I'm very happy I have it. Wednesday's read was Adventure into Fear with the Man-Thing. You know the famous saying, "Whoever knows fear burns at the Man-Thing touch." Didn't I do a Man-Thing? No, yeah, I did do a Man-Thing book earlier, didn't I? With Dracula and Werewolf by Night. Yeah, well, there it is right there. And this is another book that I had lost. I had back when I was 9 years old. I remember buying this. One off the stands when I was a 9-year-old kid. Doing no, it was 8. No, it was 8. So doing earning my allowance, so to speak. So this is back then. You got like $1 for allowance. You could get up to like 5 comics that week. So this is one I picked. And it happened to be the very first solo Man-Thing color story. I do believe Man-Thing had a run in a black and white book called Monsters Unleashed. So this is I can see it. Is this the first appearance? I mean, I don't know. What have I got on this one? Man-Thing here. I got 139 here. And it doesn't say it's a key book, so it doesn't say it's in the story. What is he? I paid 128, so I got $11 heads up on this one. The Man-Thing was in this story only appears in the story is like 10 pages long. Its origin story is similar to Len Wein's and Len Wein's and Bernie Weisson's Swamp Thing. Duh. So and this was that's Steve Gerber who wrote this. No, gee, I can't open it up. Well, I know Howard Chaykin did the artwork on there. Not I mean he did the inks on there. But it's a beautiful book. There's 2 backup stories. One was a reprint from an early Tales of Suspense issue, and a second one, which was done by hold on, let me pull it up. Adventure to Fear. Oh, geez. Enter into fear. Ten. That's what happens when I don't rehearse, folks. Let me see. Well, we'll find out who did it here. Hide that, please. Who was it? Jerry Conway. Duh. Oh, Gary Morrow. Oh, okay. Howard Chaykin did pencil this issue, and it was inked by Gray Morrow. I knew. I just had them mixed up. And what was this story here? The Spell of the Sea Witch. It was writer by Alan Brodsky. I think someone related to Saul Brodsky, or maybe it's Saul Brodsky himself, and writing under a pseudonym or alias, or Bill Everett inked it, and who did the third story? Oh, let me get this. There's something strange about Mr. Jones. But yeah, Tales of Suspense 17. And Stan Lee wrote it, and Don Heck. Stan Lee collaborating with his brother, but Don Heck and did. Yeah, I don't have time to open these things and show you, but the last book is very special, and last night's read, and I'll tell you why in a second here, and you saw the cover of it. Gosh darn it. What am I looking for? Oh, that's right. That's right. This one's not that expensive as the rest of them. So I go to the second page. Here we are. There you go. Beautiful. One of the most beautiful books I ever owned. And I'll tell you, it was even extra special. Is that this is a very fine minus copy, and 7.5. And the reason why this is Eric special is because I bought this off of comedian Jeff Garlin over at Earth 2 Comics. Okay, so I hasten to add that the three books were from Brad, but this one was from Jeff Garlin, and you can probably see. Or you can't make it. It does say Jeff Garlin piece. I saw this copy on Free Comic Book Day last year, and I said he was auctioning some of his personal collection for the Hero Initiative, which is an organization I donated to, although I won't be donating this year because Earth 2 Comics is closed. And the arrangement I made with Carl is that I bring by a good sized chunk of change. My last left off, I started off with a $200 spiff, and every year I keep increasing it to 50, 300, 350, 400, 450, and last year I made a joke of just doing 475 last year because I wanted to imitate Biden economics, just like two chips left, 2 chips less than the bag. That was a joke I was trying to tell Jeff Garlin, and I presented Jeff Garlin the check, and he wanted to give me something for it. And I saw this in the thing here, in this bin he was auctioning off. Oh, you want to part? Can you bear to part with that? No. He told me, I only give gifts I don't like the people. I don't like the nice people. And I'm gonna try and find that. Here it is. So he gives me this. An autographed copy of his comedy album. I go, Jeff. Oh, gee, thanks. I go, Well, you shouldn't have. I don't have a record player at my house. But you get, well, you can sell it on eBay. Yeah, it's still hanging out here. But anyway, this is quite. This is the first appearance of him as Warlock, as it says there on the label there. It's a damn beautiful book. It's one of my favorite. Quickly became one of my favorite books to ever own. I remember it as not. Wasn't interested in it when I was when the book came out. I wasn't even 10 years old when this book came out. I remember seeing this in a what do you call it, a stationary. What do you call those shops? Where it's like a drugstore or soda fountain. Oh yeah, soda fountain counter. A place called Lefty's in East Hanover. I remember seeing this on the stand on here. And I remember it was intriguing looking, but when I flipped through it, and I remember why I didn't like it, because it was there's a lot to read in this book. I mean, it's a 20 now. It's more average than your regular DC 32 center page. Where you get 20 pages of story. The page count of story is 27 pages for some reason, and Roy Thomas just wanted to let loose with some major cherry to the god sci-fi saga, detailing the Hive evolutionary, bringing him to life. The man beast, another creation, turns against him and thinks he leaves the High Evolutionary the dead and goes off to the new Earth that he creates, and therefore the Warlock intervenes and comes to High Evolutionary's rescue. And the Warlock says, if you don't mind, I'd like to take residence up on your new Earth so I can take him and bring him to justice and all that stuff. And that begins the saga that lasted another issue in Marvel Premiere, and then Warlock was granted his own book that only lasted 8 issues at a time, and was resurrected a couple of years later down the road by Jim Starlin. And but this is basically the Counter Earth saga, and there's also a lot of origin backstory telling of when Fantastic Four, Hulk, and Thor, when they encountered him when he was him, and that issue is only worth $86.721. Now I got another. In a couple weeks' time, I'm also going to be doing a story, dedicating a segment to what else I bought from Jeff Garlin, and those be fun reads. They'll be fun reads along the way, I bought them all. Well, okay. Well, I didn't get that from him on Free Comic Book Day last year, but when Carl was closing the store down, I had that book in my memory. Says I gotta get that book. I gotta get Jeff Garland's book. It's a damn beautiful book. Even though it's got this little. No, where is it? Where did I do with it? It's got this little smudge at the corner there, but still, now. I remember on this day when I bought this book, there was some guy behind me who there was another copy up. I think Carl had his own copy, and it was less desirable than that one. And believe it or not, even though it says $100 on there, I got it for $50, and at a good price like that. So you think I'm losing money on it, I'm not. I'm $36 ahead of the game on that one. So that's it for this week. Hopefully I got my money in that my deposit my account. I had to borrow some money from my aunt today because I'm totally zeroed out. But I find I wasted enough time Okay, so 20 minutes is good enough. Have a great time. Have a great weekend. Bye.